Now, a really interesting way to play the B major 7 in this case would be as a third inversion. Pretty tense, but I like it that way. I'm playing basically your B triad, right? Just like we learned a long time ago. But instead of playing the B, I'm playing B flat, which is our major 7. Right? Instead of doing it this way, though, because I had just played, I had just played A flat here. I could do this, but I chose to do it here. So I'm barring my index finger on the 4th fret of the D, G, and B string. Like that. And I put my ring finger on the major 7. In this case, it's the 6th fret. Easy way to find that is just to play your root on the low string. And then move it down a fret. From the G minor, we had this. To A flat major 7. To B major 7 third inversion. And then to D7. Now we had our old-fashioned D. One way to expand a little, you might be like, oh, I'm tired of playing the same D, or I'm tired of playing the same voicing that I play all the time, blah blah blah. And I feel that way myself. How many times I play these chord voicings and I go, oh, I did that one again. Like I need to try to work some new voicings into my playing. Well, the way you can do it is to start from the one you're sick of. And then make changes. Like, how about we make this a second inversion? Now, that might sound interesting to you because it might sound like a diminished chord. But we're going to add the root. And now we're just doing a D7 second inversion. So we had A flat major 7, which we did as a 6-9 chord, B major 7, which we did third inversion, and then D7 second inversion. And if you want, instead of doing the root on the B string, you can do the 9, like this. All right, that'll sound cool. And then you have a minor 9. But we had some really cool upward motion here. We had this like, right? And it'd be kind of cool to keep that going up to our minor. But what if you wanted to keep the 9? Well, instead of playing it here, you could drop it down an octave, which means to say take your flat third here and move it down to the 9. A bit of a stretch, but I think that's really pretty. So that was G minor 7, A flat 6-9, B major 7 third inversion, D9 second inversion, D minor 9 second inversion, and with the 9 being lower than the third, which is really nice to me. And then we have our G7. Well, if we want, there's a substitution that we can do here. You'll notice that G7 is not the 5 of E flat 7, right? Now I have the tendency, if I'm going to improvise over this, I have the tendency to play G. But we want the sharp 11, right? Now we could sacrifice our third and make it a sharp 11 like this, right? Sharp 11 is sharp 4, so it's just a whole step up. And now in our progression, that would sound like this. And then, okay, now that's pretty tense sounding, right? I think it's cool, but let's try something else instead. Let's keep this third here. And let's play the sharp 11 an octave lower than we just did, meaning here. Easy way to find that is, it's the same as your flat 5 in your blues pentatonic scale. All right, and that's our sharp 11. Now I'll do this chord with this note. All right, and how I'll do that is I'm going to let go of the root and just say forget the root, and then I'll play this. Now you'll recognize this already as being a D flat 7 flat 9 chord, which is, we did that before when we did the D7 flat 9 chord. Now it's a D flat 7 flat 9 chord. And this is a tritone substitution of our G7. One big difference to point out is that we still have the 5 of what would be G. So it's not really from the altered scale, but we have the sharp 11, meaning it's from the Lydian dominant scale, which is the melodic minor mode you would use on non-functioning dominant chords. Okay, so we had our D minus 9 to this, which is a G7 sharp 11, only it's also a D flat 7 flat 9. That's to say those are the same chords, and we know that now. So whenever you have a functioning or non-functioning, well, especially non-functioning, but you can do it over functioning as well, you can use this substitution. You go up a tritone, meaning you go to the sharp 4, the sharp 11, and then play a 7 flat 9 chord. Yeah, so this is what we had so far here. And now it comes back to the beginning, more or less. It doesn't. It's the second staff, but the chords, the first 3 chords are the same. But we don't want to just play them the same. So how about we'll do an E flat 7 third inversion. Okay? That's the one that goes 4th fret, 5th fret, 3rd fret, and then the root on the B string, 4th fret. Okay? And now what we could do is we could just move that down a half step, and we're playing D7. E flat 7, D7 to G minor 7. And that sounds good, right? Works fine. But they, of course, have that sharp 9 written for us on D7 because they want us to play some kind of altered scale. I mean, some kind of 10th scale, like the altered scale, that'll resolve nicely into the G minor 7. So how about we give them some kind of